High atop Mount Olympus, where glory and power intertwine, Zeus reigns supreme, wielder of thunder, arbiter of fate, the unquestioned king of the gods. But beneath the brilliance of his rule, ancient whispers still echo. Whispers that say, Zeus, though a king, was never the strongest. So who was? Was it a Titan? Those primeval beings who once overthrew the very order of creation? A monstrous force so terrifying it brought Zeus himself to his knees? Or perhaps a shadowy god, hidden from sight, yet pulling the strings of the cosmos from behind the veil? In this video, we dive deep into mythology's most thrilling question. Who was truly the most powerful being in all of Greek mythology? Let's unravel the secrets, one tale at a time. Let me know if you'd like a version with more poetic rhythm or one tailored for dramatic voiceover pacing. Chronos, the child-devouring god and the ruler of the cosmos before Zeus. Long before Olympus rose to power, before the names Poseidon, Hades, or even Hera echoed across the heavens, there was another era. An age ruled by the Titans, primordial beings of unimaginable strength. And above them all stood one figure, Chronos, the youngest son of Gaia, Mother Earth, and Uranus, the sky. Chronos was no ordinary Titan. He was the embodiment of time itself, a force from which no god, no mortal, no universe could escape. In Greek mythology, he wasn't bound by physical limits. Time devours all, and Chronos was that devouring force. His powers, immortality and timeless dominion, Chronos did not age. He bent time to his will, wielding it like a weapon. Titanic physical might. In the age of the Titans, not even Zeus, later hailed as king of the gods, could have easily matched the raw, ancient strength of Chronos. Prophetic insight and ruthless resolve. Haunted by a prophecy that his own children would overthrow him, Chronos took no chances. He swallowed each one, Hestia, Demeter, Hera, Hades, and Poseidon, alive. A horrific act, but one born of fear and the unrelenting will to hold onto his throne. Though Zeus eventually defeated him in the cataclysmic war known as the Titanomachy, make no mistake, Chronos did not fall because he was weak. He fell because of pride, and because he was betrayed by his own blood. Zeus only triumphed with the help of the Cyclopes, the Hecatonchires, divine weapons like the thunderbolt, and the guidance of Gaia herself. Had he faced Chronos alone, at the peak of his power, it's doubtful Zeus would have stood a chance. Typhon, the monster that nearly killed Zeus. If Chronos was the looming threat of the past, then Typhon was the living nightmare of the present, born for one purpose alone: to destroy the gods. Typhon wasn't a god. He was a monstrous force of chaos, birthed by Gaia herself in a fury of vengeance, to punish the Olympians for casting down the Titans. His form? A terror beyond imagination. He towered above mountains. His head brushed the stars. His entire body writhed with serpents. Fire blazed from his eyes. His voice, like 1,000 lions roaring at once. Each of his arms ended in a storm of venomous snake heads, and with every step he took, the earth trembled beneath him. No god dared face him, except Zeus. But even Zeus, the king of Olympus, lost in their first encounter. Typhon tore the sinews from Zeus's limbs and sealed him inside a cave, broken and helpless. Only through the cunning of Hermes, who distracted Typhon and restored Zeus's strength, did the tide turn. Revived, Zeus launched a counterattack, unleashing hundreds of thunderbolts, finally burying the monster beneath Mount Etna, where his fury still rumbles to this day. So, was Typhon stronger than Zeus? There was a moment, brief but undeniable, when Typhon won. Olympus fled in terror. The heavens quaked. The gods themselves hid. Zeus only prevailed because of his allies, and because he had a second chance. If they were to fight again, one-on-one, who would fall first? That question still echoes through the myths, unanswered. Nyx, the eternal night even Zeus feared. In a world where gods clash with thunder, sea storms, and underworld fire, there exists a being who needs no weapon to inspire terror. She doesn't strike. She simply exists, and even Zeus, king of Olympus, chose to retreat. She is Nyx, the goddess of night, the primordial darkness, mother of death, nightmares, suffering, and fate itself. a lineage beyond comprehension. Nyx is not a Titan. She is not one of Zeus's generation. She is a primordial deity, born from chaos itself, older even than Gaia, Earth, and Uranus, sky. She is the living embodiment of pure night, a darkness that existed before the first light ever touched the cosmos. Nyx does not dwell on Olympus, nor does she lie imprisoned in Tartarus. She resides in Erebus, the shadowy chasm between the world of the living and the realm of the dead. Power that needs no display. Nyx does not roar like Typhon. She does not hurl thunderbolts like Zeus. Her power lies in her very essence. Primordial darkness. She is not the night you see when the sun sets. She is the original darkness, the void that light itself cannot penetrate, the stillness that came before all things. Unshakable influence. She is the mother of Thanatos, death, Hypnos, sleep, Nemesis, retribution, Moros, doom, Oasis, misery, Geras, old age. In other words, she is the source of every sorrow, every dream, and every end that life must face. Even Zeus was afraid. In Homer's Iliad, Zeus once sought to punish Hypnos, the god of sleep, for lulling him into slumber at Hera's command. But Hypnos fled to the arms of his mother. And when Zeus realized that mother was Nyx, he backed down. No matter how powerful Zeus may be, he dares not provoke Nyx. For with a single breath, she could drown the cosmos in oblivion. Is Nyx stronger than Zeus? If we're speaking of raw strength or battle prowess, perhaps not. But when it comes to instinctual fear, spiritual dominance, and one's place in the cosmic order, no one, not even Zeus, stands above Nyx. She doesn't win with weapons. She wins with the two things no god, no matter how mighty, can escape: fate and darkness. Erebus, Tartarus, and the primordial forces, when space itself was divine. Before Zeus hurled thunder, before Poseidon stirred the oceans, before Hades opened the gates to the underworld, there was a universe without light, without form, without sound. Only chaos existed, and from it came beings no one could truly understand. Beings who cannot be defeated, because they are not enemies. They are space itself, the essence of everything. Among them, three names command the awe of even the gods: Erebus, Tartarus, and Chaos. Erebus, the shadow between worlds, the passage into death. Erebus is not a god in the way we understand. He is the embodiment of transitional darkness, that blurred veil between life and death, between light and the void. He is the twin brother of Nyx, both born from chaos. In some myths, Erebus and Nyx are the parents of fate itself, of Hypnos, sleep, Thanatos, death, and Moros, doom. Erebus is where souls pass first after death, before reaching Tartarus or Elysium. There are no gates to Erebus, no exit. You only arrive by dying. He is the silent shadow. He does not rebel, does not take form, but he is always present, at the end of every life. Tartarus, the bottomless abyss that even gods fear. If Hades rules the underworld, Tartarus is the prison beneath it, not a place, but a being, born from chaos, older even than Gaia herself. No one enters Tartarus by choice. Zeus once hurled the Titans into its depths, and it took 9 days of falling to reach the bottom. Tartarus has no shape. It is a void so deep that even light is crushed. In mythology, Tartarus is not just a location, it is a living space, a conscious abyss that hungers for the suffering of those it traps. Zeus once said, "From the earth to Olympus is a day's flight for a god. From earth to Tartarus, 9 days of falling without end." Tartarus is the hell beneath hell, where even the mightiest beings, defeated titans, Typhon, and blasphemous souls, are imprisoned forever. Chaos, the absolute beginning. No one is stronger than chaos, because chaos doesn't need strength. Chaos is the origin, the first breath of the universe, the conscious void from which all things emerged. Chaos gave birth to Gaia, Earth, Tartarus, Abyss, Eros, Love, Erebus, Shadow, and Nyx, Night. It has no gender, no form, no divine mind. But each time chaos happens, a new era is born. In the Orphic myths, chaos never vanished. It still lives, in the heart of every upheaval across the cosmos. When Titans rebelled, when Zeus was bound by Hera, when mortals defied the gods. Chaos was there, not to intervene, but simply to witness. Beings that need no weapons. The strangest truth is this. Entities like Erebus, Tartarus, Nyx, and Chaos have never fought a war, yet they have never been defeated. They need no weapons, no threats, because even the gods must exist within them. Zeus cannot rule without space to command Gaia. Hades cannot reign without a realm to contain souls. Tartarus. Souls cannot die without a shadow to fade into Erebus. They are not the wielders of power. They are the places where power resides. When power itself must kneel before the primordial. As we journey through the vast saga of Greek mythology, from the birth of the gods, the rise of the Titans, the great wars of Titanomachy and Gigantomachy, to the thunderous reign of Zeus and the gleaming glory of Olympus, we're often swept away by the dazzling storms, the heroic lightning strikes, and the divine spear of Athena. But there is a quiet truth, one that hides beneath the myths, rarely spoken aloud. Even the mightiest gods are merely tenants, living temporarily in a universe built by ancient forces far beyond their command. Erebus, the darkness that never dies. Erebus does not roar. He does not wage war or shake the heavens. He simply is a low, eternal note in the symphony of existence. No matter how far light stretches, darkness waits behind it, not as a threat, but as destiny. Erebus does not fade, does not die, because darkness is not the end of life. It is part of it. Tartarus, where all sins return. Tartarus is where even gods must confront the weight of their actions. The rebellion of the Titans. The hubris of kings like Tantalus, Sisyphus, and Ixion. All roads lead here. Tartarus does not need fire and whips. It punishes by making you live forever with your regrets. It is the hell of awareness. The mirror at the end of the world that shows you everything you did and denies you the chance to change it. Tartarus is the final door and the soul's last reflection. Chaos, the first breath, the silent return. No one commands chaos. No one even understands what it truly is. But everything, love, life, death, fate, light, and rage, all began in chaos. And one day, all will return to it, not by defeat, but by completion. Greek philosophers once said, "The universe does not die, it only sleeps. And when it sleeps, it dreams of chaos." The gods are mortals of the cosmos. Erebus, Tartarus, Chaos. They do not need temples. They ask for no prayers, because they are worshipped through something deeper. Our fear, our helplessness. No one prays to Erebus. Yet every night, when we close our eyes, we enter his shadow. No one offers incense to Tartarus. But when guilt consumes us, we feel ourselves falling into his pit. No one paints chaos. But in every crisis, every moment of collapse, chaos awakens. Greek mythology, once thought to be only the realm of gods and monsters, reveals a far greater truth. That power may shine bright, but truth lies in the dark. That light is only brilliant when darkness stands behind it. That all glory is built atop the trembling foundations of formless void. And that, no matter how mighty, not even Zeus can escape the eternal spiral of those beings, born from nothing, who still wrap the universe in their silent embrace.